All right, guys, I want to welcome you to another episode of the Do Work podcast. We are in our 31 days of motivation and mindfulness series, which I am super excited to bring you. This is day 15. Yes, we're doing something different today. I just didn't want to be on camera. I want to talk, don't want to be on camera. So if you're used to watching my videos, you got a different view today. What can I say? So, day 15, motivation and mindfulness. And today we're going to talk about learning to be alone. Now, most people do not know how to be alone. And I'm going to tell you why. Being alone is a very interesting place if you've never been there, because you are now forced to listen to your thoughts. You have now eliminated all outside influences. You now have to commune with yourself, dig deep. You can't rely or piggyback off of someone else's energy, their mindset. You really have to start to assess who you are. And that is scary for a lot of people, because they're so used to being uninfluenced by outside forces, whether they know it or not, that the moment they're in a situation, they have to be alone, they no longer have those influences, they are not sure how to act or how to be or what to think. So I always say learning to be alone gives you an opportunity to confront your own personal demons. There have been several times in my life where I have been alone. I went through a period of just being alone, not really being around anyone, not in any relationships, not talking to anybody, just kind of in my bubble. And I learned so much about diva at that time. I learned so much about what diva thinks, how she feels, what she likes, what she doesn't like. I learned so much about myself in those moments that when it was time to interact with the world again, I was better equipped and I knew what I would and would not tolerate or deal with. And until you are alone and get into a place where you do isolate and remove yourself from all these outside influences, you honestly don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. So being alone gives you an opportunity to not let outside people define you. Because mind you, it is very natural. We're human beings. We're beings of culture and community. So, yes, our communities around us influence our thoughts, our feelings, our actions. But you have to ask yourself, because I always say most people are sheep, they just kind of follow the path and follow the crowd. If you did not have those influences, who are you? Who are you? And being alone allows you an opportunity to do that. We all have had that one friend that jumps from relationship to relationship, right? Everybody knows at least one person like this. They'll date somebody for a while, get out of a relationship, jump into another one, like the next day. Get out of that one, jump into another one, like a week later. Like they are never alone. And they need this other person to help define and justify who they are. And in that process, they lose sight of their own personal being. So they never have a sense of identity. So being alone is going to help you have your sense of identity. Now, I'm not telling you to go self-isolate forever, ever, amen. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when you have those moments and you have those opportunities, nothing going on. And I know some people are like, Diva, I got kids. I ain't never alone. I hear you. But there are moments and there are times where it can just be you and your thoughts. And trust me, when that moment in time comes, you're going to feel a few things. You're either going to feel like most people initially do, wow, this is weird. Nothing's going on. It's just me and me. And I'm talking about like no TV, no music, just really sitting and being alone and embracing the silence and not feeling compelled to be out in everything. Learn to be alone. There'll be a season where people just don't want to be around you. I've had those seasons where people just didn't want to be around me for whatever, or didn't want to hang out with me, or didn't want to do what I wanted to do. So if I wanted to do something to go somewhere, I had to be alone to do that. I had to learn to be alone, be in that space, be comfortable. I'm going to tell you, a real gangster, and I love to say this, real G's, there was a point in my life where I did everything alone. I went to the dinner alone. I went to the movies alone. I would shop alone. I would take long drives alone. Like, there are people who don't know how to do that. And when those opportunities present themselves, it's like, let me see if such and such wants to go with me. No, how about you just be alone? How about you just be alone? Because think about it, we're never alone. We're always around somebody. Half of us can't even go to the bathroom and be alone because we got kids or animals. And everybody knows animals don't never let you go to the bathroom in peace. And neither do your kids, especially even when you get them in there bigger, your kids don't let you be alone. I want you to learn to be alone. I want you to learn to enjoy the silence. I want you to learn to master your thoughts. I know it's scary in there for some of y'all. It's scary. So you rather not think about the stuff. So you stay busy so you don't think about the stuff. But this is 31 days of motivation and mindfulness. And when we talk about being mindful, being alone, when to be alone, how to function where we're alone is part of that process. 100% a part of that process. So I have 3 questions for you today. Write them down, listen, keep them, save them, do whatever the hell you want. I really don't care. You do what you want. But if you got this far, you're intrigued, right? Question 1, when was the last time you were ever just alone? By yourself, no interruptions, just you and your thoughts. Question 2, if you had that opportunity, if that happened for you, what did you think about? Like, what arose to the surface? What popped up in your mind? Question 3, if you've never had a chance to just be alone, my question is why not? And why haven't you done it? Why do you feel compelled to always be in something or have people around you? I know, a lot of questions, right? So, question 1, when was the last time you were alone? Question 2, when you were there, what did you think about? What did you process? Question 3, if you've never had the opportunity to be genuinely alone or do something by yourself or alone, why have you not done that yet? What are you afraid of? I know, right? Like, Diva, this is not the most fun episode. Yeah, I know it's not the most fun episode, but this is 31 days of mindfulness and motivation. So some stuff's going to be hype and some stuff you just need to listen and think. Because a lot of y'all out there like thinking, I could never go to the movies by myself. Why not? What about what people think? I can never go to dinner by myself. Why not? And before, I'm not talking about going through a drive-thru. I'm talking about like going to a 4 or 5-star restaurant, just going to dinner. When was the last time you did that? And then when was the last time you went somewhere by yourself and weren't on your phone the whole damn time? But that's a whole nother episode. Anyway, learn to be alone. Learn to process your thoughts. And learn to accept that you don't need people around you all the time. Because they do influence you, whether you know it or not. Everybody around you, the people you're around daily influence you. They influence your thoughts, actions, and behaviors. They do. Learn to be alone, fam. Learn to be alone. 31 days of motivation and mindfulness. This is the Do Work Podcast. This is Diva. And look, let me tell you, this is your opportunity. You guys need to learn to be alone. Hopefully that resonated with some of you. Make sure to check out the other 14 days on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, because, this is for y'all. This is for y'all. And don't forget, feel free to always send me an email or DM me questions and topics that you would like to discuss on the podcast, because, I'm here for y'all. I am here for you guys. All right, fam. I want you guys to have a great day. And remember, nothing changes unless you do. Nothing changes unless you do the work. Let's go.